Have you ever tied your intrinsic self-worth to the immediate surface-level aesthetic quality of the game or otherwise visual project that you are working on? Hi, Rich here, head of sweeping and improving game dev philosophicals here at Onion Heads, where we continue to work away at our unsettling first-person detective puzzle game. At this point, you might well be saying, "Hold your horses, Onion Man. Aren't you the same guy that stuck poorly drawn faces on all those mannequins and posed them in oddly specific situations in a grey and rather sad-looking polygonal menagerie, for reasons still somewhat unclear? What could you possibly have to say on the matter of aesthetic quality?" The answer is yes, that was me, and I'd like to introduce you to a key principle we try our best to incorporate here at Onion Heads. Ugly until no longer bad. Now there's no denying it. Polished visuals are a sumptuous treat for the ocular receptacles. They can largely dictate first impressions and are perhaps the backbone of a thriving industry. That aside, imagine your project as a steaming sack of potatoes, where each potato is a painstakingly crafted art asset or clumsy metaphorical representation of visual fidelity. At the beginning, your humble handful of low-poly potatoes isn't much to boast about down at the potato market, but they're easily repositioned and rearranged, without overexertion or needless loss. Overall project direction can be changed at high speed, with limited worry about continuously revising your assets so that they align with your new potato-centric vision. As more and more potatoes are added, however, your bulging burlap sack may become more impressive to look at from afar, but also becomes heavier and unwieldy. Any sudden movements or changes to the foundation beneath may result in critical potato loss via obsolescence. As the requirements of your project shift, you may simply no longer be in need of a potato carved into the face of a contemptuous French teacher, regardless of how much time you spent making it. The superpower of ugliness is in its flexibility. Need to discard an entire wing of your Victorian school building? No fear, no regrets, because it looked like this. Is your cabbage-based logical deduction puzzle just not holding up to the scrutiny of your peers? That's fine, because your cabbage is a green sphere. It took you 2 minutes to make. You can just put it with the others. The balance here is achieving enough visual fidelity for functional representation. Good enough to pass and to recognize, ugly enough that you maintain little attachment and can chop and change with near reckless abandon. Further down the long, winding game development road, once your potato cart has reached stable, thoroughly tested ground and is unlikely to move more than a few millimeters in any functional direction, you can safely load it up with as many meticulously crafted potatoes as your heart desires, precariously stacking them higher and higher until the cows come home and the metaphors have long outstayed their welcome. You can now rest, confidently assured that your project is not going to shift gears enough to matter at this point. Probably. So, when next walking the halls of your untextured proving grounds, you may happen upon a placeholder asset that catches your gaze and wordlessly invites you to refine it, adorn it in glittering vertices, texels, and simulated photons. A reasonable request, yes? But wait. Resist. Simply repeat after me your handy new acronym. UNLABOR. UNLABOR.